It's time for City Beat, your source for all the latest news on the city of Thompson. Only on 102.9 CHTM, your radio station.
I'm Molly Gibson Kirby, and this is City Beat for September 18th. Today I'm sitting down with Mayor Tim Johnston to speak about Thompson. If you have any questions, email chtm@arcticradio.ca or call 677-8181. To start, Tim, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
That's good. I'm glad you came in. You've been in and out of the city a lot recently, so what's been going on?
Yes, I have been, and it's always a challenge to try and keep up with things that are going on in the community, especially this time of year because it's busy, but it's also busy in terms of a number of other activities that the both city participates as well as through my work. So I just, as a matter of fact, got off the plane this morning and came right here. I was down in Winnipeg yesterday when I had the opportunity to speak to the chief executive officers of the Crown corporations of the province in terms of updating them on some of the things that's happening in our community, but in northern Manitoba with respect to economic development and some of the opportunities of how we promote Thompson and the role Thompson plays in the province. So that was interesting, and came home today because this afternoon I'm going to be attending the ceremony at DSFM and had a chance to visit with some of those individuals that were coming up for that event on the plane. This is a great opportunity for Thompson, and this is about us being able to offer the same level of services as any other major city in this country, and I think it's a tremendous achievement in Manitoba as a community to have a French school. So I'm very pleased with that and look forward to that ceremony. This afternoon as well, we're going to be doing the official opening of the dog park and at Baffin Park. So I understand a lot of people have been getting out there. I know we still have a few things to address at the park there, but from everything I'm hearing, people are enjoying the opportunity to be able to get their pets out into an area now that is designated for them. Just in terms of some upcoming things, or before I go there, I think one of the big things that I've been hearing all week is the construction and the delay in terms of the paving. I just want to remind people that we are having difficulties getting the paving completed, largely because of some of the weather issues in southern Manitoba. We are still on our pace and within our contractual arrangements with the paver in terms of a time frame, and we anticipate they will be here next Monday to complete the work on the 22nd. Again, I ask for people's patience in and around those work sites, and it will be all worth it when that work is done. In terms of some upcoming events, it's going to be a very busy weekend. We've got the Walk a Mile, encourage people to get out and participate in that. We've got the second annual Run for Mums here in Thompson. Next week, we're going to have an interesting session on Concussion 101 put on by Sport Manitoba and the Manitoba Athletic Therapists Association. Monday evening, Lecterman Theatre. This is, I think, of importance to anyone who has children, youth, young adults participating in any contact sport. This is the subject in sports these days. So I'm very pleased that we were able to get that discussion here and encourage people to attend. Also on September 23rd, we've got the Home Roots concert as part of the concert series, and to encourage people to take that in. And then, of course, we'll have our regular meeting of council next Monday on the 22nd as well.
Perfect. So you talked about the French school, the groundbreaking ceremony that's happening today. When is construction supposed to be finished? When should we see the school up and running?
Well, we had that conversation this morning on the plane, and the anticipation is it will be likely during the next school year, so not this year, but the following year, and probably around the Christmas break, I would think. You'll start to see the construction take place just in the way they're doing it. They're doing most of the foundation work right now, and then it'll start to take off, but it's a significant structure, and it'll take some time to build, and we're just happy that it is moving forward, and we're seeing it coming out of the ground now.
Yeah, it's a great thing to have in Thompson. There's also another exciting partnership happening with MAPS and Manitoba Hydro. They're going to be doing a debris cleanup on the Burntwood River. It went through council. Can you tell me about why MAPS was chosen to do this?
Well, this is a really interesting opportunity that was presented to the City of Thompson by Manitoba Hydro, and I want to acknowledge Manitoba Hydro, specifically Mark Sweeney and Gord Dumas, who are working in this area and took the time and the initiative to sit down with the city manager and myself and have a discussion. And I want to acknowledge Councillor Frenier as well, who pushed us to make sure the meeting took place. This is a program Manitoba Hydro does in a variety of communities. We've never really done it in Thompson in cooperation partnership with the municipality. So I was very pleased Manitoba Hydro approached us. And we had the shared common goal of ensuring that if we were going to do things like that, that there was a positive benefit from the community, not just in terms of the debris cleanup, but in terms of how we could perhaps have a positive social impact. And so the discussion took place with MAPS, Man are part of the solution, in light of some of the work that they've been doing in and around the community with other activities. And an agreement has been reached that they're going to perform the work, and that's going to provide some support to those individuals. And I just think this is an example of a win-win all the way around in terms of good news for the community. I had a chance yesterday to, as I said, meet with the CAO of Manitoba Hydro, Scott Thompson, and I thanked and acknowledged that program and them considering it for Thompson. This is where we want to get to. Partnerships is how you have to do it. And boy, if you can have a positive social impact of those partnerships, all the better.
And it's starting next week, I believe?
Yeah, I think there's some training that's going to take place, obviously, in light of the work that's to be done. And then, there's a short window, obviously. I was pleased this morning when I got off the plane. It was only rain and not snow in light of what Flin Flon saw the other day. But there's a window to get the work done, and so it's going to take place in the next few weeks.
All right, so the list of candidates was released this morning for the next municipal election happening on October.
There's an election?
Yeah, there is. Did you know?
Good news.
There's been some questions, I guess, about the election. When will the new council and mayor come into effect? When does that switchover happen?
Well, that's interesting because I know the answer to that question. Actually, the
Really?
mayor takes office at 12 noon the following day, and then council will be sworn in officially along with the mayor on under our procedural bylaws. I believe it is the first Wednesday of November, so I think it's November the 5th if I'm correct, and that's when they'll take effect. So it's a very quick transition, and pleased to see the number of people in all the areas, whether it's mayor, whether it's council, whether it's trustee. It's important that people get involved, not just complaining and whining on Facebook, but actually put their name on paper and stand up and talk about what they want to do. The next big task for people, especially all those whiners and complainers, is actually get out and vote. Because put up or shut up is my sort of philosophy on this one, and we hear so much about concerns and complaints. Democracy allows you to get out and express your opinion, and I would encourage voters, ask the hard questions. It's not about the pressing issue of today. It's about what is the plan for 4 years? What's the plan in terms of taking this community to the next level? What's the plan in terms of infrastructure, in terms of economic development, in terms of public safety? Don't let this thing get down to personalities or down to whatever someone promises you today. Let's talk about a plan for this community and what you're going to do for the full 4 years. Because I'll tell you what, if all it's about is what the issue is today or tomorrow, the rest of the years are going to be a big issue for us. So encourage people, get out, ask the questions, get out and vote. Congratulations to all those to put their names forward, because that is leadership, whether elected or not. I applaud people standing up and getting involved in the race.
Do you think as mayor for 4 years you succeeded your 4-year plan?
Actually, you know what? And I'm very pleased. It's funny. I in both terms that I ran, I put out a document that said, this is what I'm going to do. And it highlighted in specific areas, these are the things. And I carry it with me everywhere I go. Both of them, from the first term, from the second term. And it's amazing. I'm very proud. When I look back, I can show you, well, we said we were going to do that, and look at that, it was done. So I think that's the key. That, again, don't let this be about rhetoric. Don't let it be about, I better be careful, bull, you know what I mean. Let it be truly about what you say you're going to do. And that's not about making promises about spending a whole lot of money. That's about what you're going to do with the resources we have, or how you're going to go get more resources to do the things you want to do. But let's make it about what people have as a plan for this city, because I think that's the key. One of the things that I was extremely proud of both councils, this term and the previous term, is they established a strategic plan at the start of the term. I think it should be mandatory at every municipality in this province, because that strategic plan allows you to attack those issues as they arise with a strategic plan in terms of values and principles. If you don't have that, my belief is that unfortunately municipal politics often degrades into knee-jerk reactions. That's not a benefit to anyone. So there is a task for the public to ask good, solid questions about where these candidates want to take this community in the next 4 years.
Okay, so in the last council meeting, there was information about water main breaks, that there were 18 from March to June and 11 service breaks. Is there anything the city can do to prevent these? Why are these happening? I mean, it's costing the city money.
Absolutely.
So is there anything you could advise them to maybe consider once the new council comes in play?
Well, yeah. The major thing is the replacement of the infrastructure that we have. I mean, people have to understand that Thompson is 50 years old, and I know people will say, "Well, there's communities 150 years old." Yeah, there are. There's unique situations, obviously, in terms of the deterioration of our system. We tried for 40 years to patch it. That didn't really work too well for us. So we've moved forward with the utility that replaces pipes. We've seen a tremendous amount of replacement here. I would hope that the incoming elected officials will continue to focus on infrastructure, replacing infrastructure. The resources are there, and not just Thompson, but this is a national phenomenon. And so federal and provincial government have made resources available, and you got to keep doing it. There's plans in place. Obviously, they're going to want to review those, adjust those, and that's good. That's what they should do. But I hope there's a continued commitment to the replacement of infrastructure, because patching doesn't cut it. The number of water breaks will continue to increase until we get on the right side of the replacement. We're still way down in terms of the need to replacement. We should have had a replacement program 30 years ago. I understand that didn't happen. We can't whine about that. But we have to ensure we continue with the replacement program we now have.
All right, so we're actually running out of time, so I'm going to give you some time to say goodbye until next week.
So, yeah, just a couple quick things. Again, very busy weekend. Encourage people to get out, participate. Some great causes offering events. The other one is, I just want to note there's a walk taking place, the grandmother's event on Friday and Saturday. Encourage people to get out to that as well. Great opportunity. Do those last-minute chores that you have hanging over from summer. I know I've got some. I got to get my boat. I got to clean out my garage, and so this might be a good weekend to do that, because the weather's going to start to change. Lastly, again, I've proclaimed the month of September Muscular Dystrophy Awareness Month in the City of Thompson. I hope everyone has a great week. And again, ask questions. Never be afraid to pick up the phone. And my number is 679-0915, and I always look forward to talking to people.
Perfect. Thank you very much for coming in. This has been City Beat again for this week. Join us again next Thursday for more questions and answers. For 1029 CHTM, I'm Molly Gibson Kirby.
City Beat will be back next Thursday.